Hidely ho, neighbors. This is Ian here. It is normally a model building and toy and whatever cosplay, prop thing, fun stuff, cool stuff channel. Why do we have a heat gun sitting here? Because you're watching a tool review today. This is my old faithful Chicago Electric from Garbage Freight 2007 model. Pretty old. It works. It works just fine. I've used it for years. It's okay. It turns on, it makes noise, it makes heat. Problem is when I'm working on stuff, I'm usually working on a model kit and using a lot of heat shrink tubing, and I need this handy. And having this plugged in with this thick, non-flexible, annoying power cord draped across my work surface is a pain. And I gotta put it somewhere when I'm not using it. I don't want to put it down in I don't have room for it, so I hang it somewhere. It's just a huge pain in the butt. I won't throw you directly in the trash yet, but welcome to the new hotness. Oh, baby. Yeah, the Makita XGH02ZK. This is Makita USA's top-of-the-line heat gun. This seems to be basically identical to the model that's in Japan. It's very, yes, it's very minty. I mean, it came out this year. It's not like it's brand new. And they have two models. They have the 01 and they have the 02, and the only difference is this one has variable fan speed and variable temperature. Open box. There we go. And I kind of wanted, well, why do we really want the top model? Because I'm a friggin' tool snob. As you can already see, you've probably seen more Makita on here before. That's a big empty box. It has accoutrement for storage of two full-size batteries and a single charger. So if we needed to travel with this, I could throw a couple batteries in here and the charger, and we'd be good to go. But as it comes to tool only, you just get the tool, and you get these nifty nozzle things, which I'll probably lose if I don't keep them in the box. We're probably only going to use one of these nozzles, to be honest with you, on a regular basis. Let's get hard, heavy-duty blow. It's blow molded, but that is a solid case. It's a nice case. It's well built for a blow molded case. A lot better than some of the stuff we see out there. So this little fella, this is coolness. We have variable chooch. So how much goopa da baba it does? Let's see. How much hot air it puts out? Less than me, no matter what. There's an LED light here. For what purpose? I have no idea. I guess if you're using it in the dark thing. There's an interesting feature. It's got this little hook to hook onto things, and then it locks in. I'm guessing to hang it somewhere if you're doing something. But the thing I like about it is, yeah, throw a 5 ampere. It just stands up. It's small. It's out of the way. If I don't need it, I put it off to the side. That's so nice. If I'm doing heat shrink tubing, it comes with this cool thing. Okay, and then you're like, how do you get the hot tool off the tip of it? You just rotate and it pushes the tools off. The tools don't lock into place, but Makita doesn't want you having to touch them, okay? And it's got a safety trigger, so you gotta flip this down to, this is the first time I've heard it run as well. It's pretty quiet. I don't know if it's quieter. Oh, let's do a side-by-side comparo with a standard. There's no way this thing's gonna be as powerful as the plug-in. That's low, high, and then this is 1 and 2. I'm pretty sure yeah, this is definitely louder. It's noisier, it's uglier, it's Harbor Freightier, it's Chinesier. So yeah. Yeah, let's test her out. I don't know if any other features I missed. Oh, it does have a trigger lock, so pull it in, push that button, let go of the trigger, and now it'll stay there running. So you can work two-handed and have the tool just sitting there. That is a great feature. I already felt some heat coming out of this sucker. she gets pretty toasty. It says it'll do 30 minutes continuous runtime. It's got a interesting bumper here that protrudes from the battery. They got beaver tail on a 1911. So, interesting. Maybe it's for standing it and not having it sit on the battery pack? You know what? I don't know. Makita's ergonomics are always very, very good. It feels good in the hands, a nice size. It's, you know, look, I think Milwaukee are great tools. I think DeWalt are good tools also. I don't bash them. They're perfectly very good tools. Sometimes DeWalt kicks everyone's ass with a test. I think their like 36, 40 volt chainsaw was like psycho powerful, like way better than my Makita chain. Well, not way better, but it was definitely the winner. And, you know, Milwaukee's always solid. I just got into Makita, you know, 12 plus years ago, and I just stuck with it because everything worked and nothing has ever broken that I've ever gotten from Makita, save for the AC adapter on my work fan. I've had it for 2 years. I've used it pretty heavily, and the AC adapter finally crapped out on me the other day. So I got to call Makita USA, which I live in Atlanta, Georgia. They're in Beaufort, Georgia. It's like really close, and their service is great because people in Georgia are generally nice people. If their customer service center was in New Jersey, I'd be screwed. I lived there as well. So yeah, there we go. Let's test some heat shrink tubing here. Let's see what we got. Okay, we got that's Sunpack brand. Okay, so here we go. Let's see how she chooches. Let's see what we got. How long does it take? Taking a minute. Oh, thank God for the trigger lock. Okay, it's definitely not as fast as the standard corded, junky, like $10, $15 Harbor Freight heat gun, or Harbor Fraught. Okay. And we're still kind of waiting. This heat shrink tubing's pretty thick too. Okay, I'm gonna call that basically done. I guess the tubing wasn't gonna get much smaller. This isn't really high quality heat shrink tubing. It's not that super quick shrink, 3-to-1. I don't know what ratio this is really. But there we go. So that took a while. I wonder if it'll get any smaller. Oh no, it'll keep going. Okay, well either way, it works, but it's not, and I saw like a 10-12 way shootout of all these battery powered heat guns, and I knew none of them would be as good as a plug-in model, but the Makita basically won for a change. It has the trigger lock, it's got variable speeds, it's got the variable temperatures. Now if you're model building or doing something with delicate plastic where you just need to warm something up but not melt the damn thing, you could turn this down to just warm instead of completely annihilate. So it's nice. I think even on 6, even on max, none of these battery powered 18 volt heat guns, nominal 20 volt, whatever, Cobalt's probably 24 volt, none of them are going to create the sun. You know, none of them are going to be as powerful as a traditional AC powered unit as of yet. I mean, wait till they make some 40 or 96 volt monster. So just for comparison's sake, let's see how long the heat shrink tubing takes with the 1500 watt piece of junk from Harbor Freight. I guarantee it's going to be a whole lot quicker. Oh yeah, as we expected. Okay, we'll call it quits there. I mean, it's not even really a contest at this point. It's way faster, and it's really, really shrunken. Ow, tight. tight onto that. Ah, there we go. We've unsheathed our shaft. So yeah, nothing is gonna top an AC powered heat gun. But for what I do down here, which is usually this itty bitty heat shrink tubing like this stuff, you know, it's gonna be perfectly fine. Yeah, that stuff goes a lot faster. Yeah, that's all I'm doing down here. I'm using the tiny stuff, okay? But, so it does it plenty fast for this. If you're doing very heavy, thick, adhesive lined, you know, heavy gauge, heavier gauge heat shrink, like if you're doing real electrical wiring, or you're doing, you know, car battery cables, you know, with the big thick stuff, or you want those butt connectors with the built-in solder, I don't think any cordless heat gun is going to be your most efficient or best idea. Those self-soldering butt joint connectors, I think you should still use a plug-in AC, you know, 1500 watt unit. This'll do it. I just don't know how the hell long that'll take. It'll probably take a while. And this says half an hour continuous runtime on low, on a 5 or 6 amp hour battery. All of these are going to be similar no matter what brand you get. And from what I've seen, all the brands are pretty equal on temperature output for the most part. Some are a little hotter, some are a little cooler. Some work better with a 5 amp hour or bigger battery. Some work better with a 2 amp hour, but very few work better with a small battery. Most of them that came with a small battery always work better with a big battery. So I like big batteries, and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. There we go. But I'm quite fond of it. And then to get the attachment off, twisty, poppy, and this is fairly thin metal. So yeah, that's, you got a little pointier bit, and you got a little hair dryer bit. I'm sure that's for a purpose for, like, I think there's a glass protection bit for taking off decals or vinyl stickers, or you've parked in the wrong damn place. And this is made in China, but it is, like all other Makita tools that are made in China, made up to Makita's quality standards. I'm sure I will get a very long life out of this tool, and it will serve me for many years. It's the one thing I could always say about Makita that don't melt the camera, dumbass. Sorry. One thing I could say about Makita is I have never had one of their tools break on me, and I have tried to kill one once because I wanted a new drill, a new brushless drill. I was using my old brush drill to go through like a big thick piece of 100, 200-year-old hard pine for a fireplace mantle, and I started smelling that drill, and she refused to let the pixies out and release the smoke. And it still works. It's fine. Doesn't even sound funny. I got the new brushless drill anyway because why not? Because, you know, I wanted it. But that being said, I like this. It does what it's advertised to do. It makes heat, and it makes enough heat to very easily shrink smaller heat shrink tubing, and it makes enough heat to shrink the bigger heat shrink tubing. It just does it a bit on the slow side. Yeah. This thick stuff really is not... There we go. The thick stuff takes a while with the thick stuff. But it gets plenty hot. Like, you don't want to really... Ow. That's hot. It's not quite sticky hot, but it's hot enough. Anyway, there you go. The Makita XGH02, and on the box it says, like, they always add a Z on the box. ZK on the box. I don't know what that... The ZK is usually reserved for brush... This is not a brushless heat gun. I don't think anybody makes a brushless heat gun. It would be cool, just to say you make one, but yeah, otherwise. Our shenanigans have not used up any discernible amount of the battery as of yet, but this is going to make hobby life considerably easier for me. You know, and I gotta peel some old vinyl trim sticker off my wife's old used car and replace it with some fresh black vinyl trim, so it doesn't look all peely and ghetto. And I'm gonna take this out to the driveway and I'll zip that stuff off with this fucker. Oh, don't. I hope YouTube doesn't hear that. I said sucker. Ducker. Oh, ducking hell. There we go. Woohoo! Maybe we should... Now, whatever, I'm already 15 minutes into the review. Too late now. Just, everyone stopped watching before now anyway, so... Adios, everybody. Have a great day.